how to buy on AliExpress from Malta. The first and most important thing is that when we're on the platform, whether it's the website or the app, we need to go to where the flag appears and select the official AliExpress version for Malta. Here we select Malta, leave the language as English, and keep the currency in US dollars, then click Save. Now I load the official AliExpress version for Malta and will show you step by step how to make a purchase and what to keep in mind. As you can see, there are many products and lots of deals here, and in fact, you'll find even more at the top. In fact, here we find a product deal, and we also see product categories here. But what we're going to do is pick a sample product, and I'll show you what you need to look at. First, let's choose a random product. Let's pick this product here on the right. It already appears here. And let's take a detailed look at everything we need to keep in mind. First of all, on the left side, we should look at the photos to see if they really match the product description, which is this one right here. Always remember to pay close attention to the title of the product because sometimes you can get confused. In other words, they might be showing you this iPhone here, but it turns out they're not selling the iPhone. They're actually selling this battery. That's why it's important to tell the difference, since sometimes people feel scammed because they see one product in the images and receive another, but it's because they didn't read this part of the title. Also, remember that when we search for products on AliExpress, the price we see is the lowest available price. What do I mean by that? When you go into the listing, you'll notice that if I, for example, change the color of the product or the specifications, you'll see that some options cost more than others. For example, this one here costs $15.22 and this one here costs $16.18. That's why before knowing how much it costs, you need to specifically choose which variation or size of the product you want in order to know the final price. Then, once you've read and seen all of this, go down to the section where the reviews appear. And here it's important that the product has at least 4.5 stars and ideally a good number of reviews as well. For example, in this particular case, it only has 15. I definitely recommend a minimum of 30 or even 50 to be sure that real people are actually buying these products. Now we're going to click where it says see more, and here we're going to filter using this image icon so we can read and above all see actual real life images of the products. Since the photos that appear at the top of the AliExpress page are, let's say, edited photos that look really good, whereas the photos here in the reviews are real photos shared by buyers from customers who have actually bought this specific product. So there we can see more for comparison, for example, in someone's hand to get a sense of the exact size on a table. And well, here we can see every detail of what it's really like. Once you've chosen the product you want, now we're going to move to the right side to make the purchase. Now here, you really need to be absolutely sure about the person who is selling it to you. What you can do is simply click on their name, and then you'll go to the store or see the range of products this person offers. What you can do is check in this section how many positive or negative reviews they have overall, because this person doesn't just sell this product, but several others as well. And obviously, it's much better if they have a generally positive review rating overall. Then this will appear depending on where you are. You simply click on it, and here what you'll do is specifically choose the country, then select your location, and that's it. This applies here. Remember that depending on where you are located, here on the left side where the price is shown, some taxes may also be included depending on your location. Then here at the bottom, the shipping price appears. In this case, it is completely free, but it does not include a tracking number. In other words, we won't be able to track the product to know where in the world it is, whether it has arrived in our city, or even if it has already reached our home. That's why I recommend that you buy products that have a tracking option. You can simply look for this, select it, and when you choose free shipping, it should indicate that tracking is included. Then here it will specifically show the date when the product will arrive at your home or at the place you have chosen to receive the product. After this, if you want, you can also change the quantity. You can choose as many products as you want, increase the amount here, and depending on what you want, you place your order. I'm going to leave it at 1 and click where it says buy now. When I click buy now, this screen appears And here I can see the shipping address. It's censored because it's my personal address, but I can click here where it says change and adjust the address to wherever I am. Then under payment methods, depending on where you are located, you'll see the option to add a credit or debit card or some other payment methods. As I mentioned, this depends on your location. And as you can see here, there's an option for promo codes. I'll leave one for you in the description if I can get access to it. And then here in the summary, you'll see the product price and the shipping cost. This probably changed and increased because I chose just a single very cheap product. That's why I recommend that you go directly to any product here and add several items. And once you add several products, the shipping cost will likely go down, which means it won't be as expensive. So what you can do is talk to friends or family members who want to order from AliExpress. So you can place a single order together and the shipping cost will drop significantly or at least stay the same. But since you're buying a lot more products, it's definitely much more worthwhile to make the purchase. Once you've made your purchase here, click where it says place order. When you receive your tracking number, go to this website called exactly as it appears above, 17Track. Enter the tracking numbers for your orders here and track them to know where your package is, whether it's already arrived in your country, if it's reached your home, and to keep a close eye to make sure your order actually arrives. Similarly, if the order doesn't arrive at your home or the place you chose, you can file a claim with AliExpress and they will of course refund your money. But for that, you need to pay close attention to the delivery date. Remember that this one said it would arrive by May 5th at the latest. So since it's May, what you should do is wait until that date. And when that date arrives, if your product from this seller still hasn't arrived, what you do is file a claim so they refund your money.